Hello YouTube viewers, my name is Brandon and this is Toronto Mod Shop. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to wrap your interior trim with vinyl. The vinyl I'm going to be using is a Stickerbomb vinyl I got off of eBay for $10. It's not the nicest vinyl, but I still like it. A lot of people are telling me not to do Stickerbomb on the inside of my car, but that's their opinion and this is my car and I don't care about their opinion. You build your car to what you like, not to what they like. Alright, so let's jump out and take a look at the vinyl. That's what you're going to need. First thing you're going to want to do is remove your trim panels. I can't show you how because everyone's trim panels are going to be removed differently. But basically the process is you get under the edge of it and pop it off. Do not use screwdrivers. There's a high chance you're going to damage your panel and you damage everything behind it. You may scratch the car. You may scratch the panel. This I just pulled off. I didn't have to use anything. But if you're going to be removing panels like dashes and trim and everything, use panel removal tools. These are about $3 to $4 for the set. That's including shipping, and those will not scratch. Well, they won't scratch the panels or themselves. Next thing you're going to need is a squeegee to push the vinyl out flat and onto the edges and everything like that. You're going to need a knife and scissors. Make sure they're sharp so you can cut the vinyl. You're going to need a heat gun or a blow dryer. If you're using a heat gun, use it on low. Do not use it on high. If you use it on high, you will melt the vinyl. On high, that can melt paint off the side of the car. Imagine what it's going to do to a thin piece of vinyl. Or your hand. So be careful. Alright, so let's take a look at the vinyl. Sorry, there's paint cans in a water bottle. It's really curly. As soon as I lift that up, it'll roll up into... It'll roll up because that's how it was shipped. So it kind of stayed like that. So there's some like Domo and the pig and whatever, different logos. Eat, sleep, whatever. I'm not sure if that's JDM, that's an E, so I don't know. But LS, troll face, whatever. It's Stickerbomb. If I was going to be sticking these stickers on one by one onto just this panel, that would take me like 20 minutes right there. This panel, this piece, like I said, I got that whole roll over there, which was a 50-inch by 20-inch piece, and it cost me about $10 with shipping. So I highly recommend going this route if you don't have the patience to stick every sticker on one by one. Alright. So first thing you're going to want to do to get everything ready is clean your trim panels with a very mild degreaser or like a glass cleaner or window cleaner. Now that your trim panels are clean, you're going to want to unroll your vinyl on the floor and find which piece of the vinyl you want to use. If you're using a silver carbon fiber or a black carbon fiber or any type of vinyl that's all one color or all uniform, then obviously you're not going to care where you place the piece and what part of the vinyl goes on. But in my case, I'm using a Stickerbomb, so obviously I'm going to care. Because maybe I want Domo in the corner, maybe I want the pig there, maybe I want the illest, but yeah, I'll decide that later. Basically, what you're going to want to do is place out all your trim panels on the vinyl and find out which pieces you're going to need, and you want to cut them out. This piece I cut a little bit bigger. It's a bit too big, but fine. That's for there. This piece, you can see I drew a line there. That's where I'm going to cut, so this is nice and colorful. That's for this. The ashtray. So once that you've had all the vinyl designated to where it's going and cut up, you have your trim panels all clean. Next thing you're going to want to do is take one of these 3M, well, it doesn't have to be 3M, but just get a nice medium to fine body scuff pad, and you're going to want to put a light scuff on the panels. Light scuff. Not enough to damage right through the finish, because this is silver, because maybe, I don't know who's going to own it next. The next owner might want to take off this and wrap it a different color, so I'm not going to damage right through to the thing. It's up to you. If you don't want to, if you're not sure if you're keeping that color trim on there, or if you're not keeping the car, like in my situation I'm not keeping my car, I might not even scuff it, just in case the new owner wants to take this off and keep the trim panels this color. So we'll see how that goes, but for now I recommend a light scuff. If you don't need it, but if you want to do it, then do that. And then move on to the next. Panels have been lightly scuffed with the body scuff pad. Next thing you're going to want to do is clean them off again to get any dust before you move to the next step. I've already done that. I already wiped them down. And now they're ready to be wrapped. So what you're going to want to do is lay out your wrapping your trim panels and do them one by one. Make sure you have your knives handy. You have your vinyl spreader. Make sure you have a heat gun or blow dryer. That way you can form the vinyl to the shape of your trim panel. So here's your basic setup for wrapping a trim panel. This is how I recommend doing it. If you put all your panels down with a pile of vinyl, you're going to get things mixed up and you might make mistakes. But if you go like this, you got everything separated. You got your vinyl for the trim panel, you got your squeegee, you got your knife. In this case, this is pretty much flat, so there's not really much sharp contours. So I don't really need that. The heat gun's going to be used mainly for trim panels like this that have edges like this that are curved up like that. That way I can heat it and stick it in there into the curve. So what you're going to want to do, set it ready, get your stuff ready like this, and then start wrapping. If you don't know how to wrap, I guess I might as well show you guys since I'm over here. This is my first time ever using wrap, so if I make mistakes, feel free to point them out. If you have any recommendations that are going to make my life easier for future wrap jobs, I'm going to end up wrapping the mirrors, I'm going to put a stripe on the hood. Please make recommendations to help me in the future if you have any. Alright? So, here we go. Let's start this. First thing you're going to want to do when you're applying the vinyl is take the backing off, lay the piece on, like the vinyl, just loosely lay it onto your trim panel, feel for any low spots, high spots, so you know what you're working with. And then you're going to want to take this and squeegee the first surface. In this case it's the whole front of it, and then you're going to want to go from there. I'll explain to you guys the rest once you got to this point. Got it contoured to the piece. In my case I have it pushed into that edge, I have it wrapped around, I have it pushed against that edge. What you're going to want to start doing is trimming. So in my case I'm going to trim this off so that the vinyl's flush in that corner. The bottom doesn't really matter because it's going to be inside. All you're going to really see is this open like this. So I just want to clean that up a bit. And then when it comes to the sides, you're going to want to trim off these here, and trim that, and then fold that over onto here on both sides. This is what you're going to want to get to when you're almost done. The front's been wrapped, it's been pushed into that crevice, it's been pushed in down there, it's been pushed up here. That edge will get up. I'll go over that edge one more time with the squeegee and a little bit of heat maybe. When you're doing here, once you fold it over, you're going to have a fold there instead of it open like this. So you're going to want to snip the fold off, snip it there, that way just the bottom, and you're going to want to cut like that. That way when you fold it in, it doesn't stick over the edge and go back to the front. And you're going to want to do that on both sides and then fold it in. If you're like me, and this is your first time, you probably will make a mistake. That's okay. If you look here, that piece sort of doesn't fit in. It's because I cut this side way too short. I cut this off on the side when I needed it. I didn't think I needed it. So what I did is I just took the piece out from the other side, or it could have been from this side, I don't remember, and I cut off the folded over pieces and I stuck that piece in here to hold the edge down. I went over the squeegee again everywhere, and it's done. There's one piece done. I just realized it's upside down, but whatever, I don't care. Looks good. Now, time to move on to the harder piece. Like I said, I thought I would only show you guys one piece, but this was kind of easy. This was a good beginning to start with, so that you guys so I can learn how to wrap. But now it's time for us both to tackle a more difficult piece. So here's the fruits of my labor. The ashtray is done and installed. I think it looks pretty awesome. I think it looks awesome the way it is. Basically, put a little bit of thought into it, and I don't think that it's going to look good with this whole middle portion here all sticker bombed. So I'm going to keep this sticker bombed so it stands out. I might sticker bomb a couple little things. I might sticker bomb these knobs if you heat up the vinyl so that it's almost sagging in your hands, and then with a glove hold on to the back. I'll show you how to do it. This is just quickly walking you through it. You're going to push this through the soft sticker bomb and it'll wrap itself around. That's right, 1 second. There we go. But basically, my first thought was to go back to my original plan and wrap these middle pieces in silver carbon fiber. Then I thought about it, and I don't want to wait a week to get this job done. I'm the kind of person that likes to finish a job when he starts it. So, I'm instead of that, I'm going to use this black carbon fiber that I bought. Again, this was about $10 to $12. This is a 60-inch by 20-inch piece. It's a nice big carbon fiber piece. And I thought, and if you look at the trunk is all black. And the interior is going to end up being all black. So, having a random silver piece in the middle might not look good, but having a carbon fiber piece that's black, it'll match. So, basically, we're going to do that. The process is the same. You're still going to want to lay out your pieces onto your carbon fiber or your vinyl, whatever you're using. You're going to want to get the right size piece. So I'm not going to show that again. Basically, the next piece of this video is going to be me showing you how to wrap a more difficult piece. Alright? So let's jump out of the car and start wrapping. So now I have my 2 pieces of carbon fiber to go with my 2 pieces of cleaned and scuffed and wiped trim. These 2 in carbon fiber. That's pretty much the only trim that I can wrap right now. I might wrap some other small things on the inside and outside, but for now, and for this video, all I'm going to be wrapping is these 2 pieces, and then they'll be installed. Same as before, the first thing you're going to want to do is clean them up. Once you've done that, lay them out on the carbon fiber, cut out the right size piece. Alright, and when you're dealing with bigger pieces like this, you don't want to remove the backing from the whole thing. Basically what you want to do is remove the backing from about, I'd say 6 inches to 8 inches at a time, maybe. And then apply that properly, heat it up, push it into the right places. Use your finger to and the vinyl squeegee to conform it to the right shape and everything. And then remove 6 to 8 more inches of the backing paper and work your way down. That way it doesn't stick to itself and get all wrinkly and stuck everywhere. With this one, I'm probably going to just do it half at a time. Remove half the backing, put it on, move it around, like get it in the right place, push it down, other half, same thing. Alright? Alright, let's get started on the more difficult part. Process is the same, but take your time. And let's Once you have one edge sort of done and loosely put on, what you're going to want to do is cut like this, little pieces. That way you can pull and wrap it around and trim it. And that way you can, well, it's easier that way. If you have a full piece and you're trying to pull it, it'll wrinkle like this. But now that I've cut it like this, I can pull each of those to the side and put it down, and that way that wrinkle will go down. Smooth it out with my finger and the squeegee. Alright, so here's the finished product of that piece. Let me explain why it has Stickerbomb, because I said before it wasn't going to have Stickerbomb. Basically, I tried to do it all with one piece of carbon fiber, and this stuff here isn't proper. Basically, if you're going to go all out and you want this done properly, then you have to get 3M Dynoc carbon fiber vinyl, because that's made for hoods, trunks, interior trim, for everything you want to use it for. This is the cheap $10 for 60-inch by 30-inch piece carbon fiber. The 3M stuff is more expensive. It's like probably $100, but it's worth it. My uncle got it for his BMW. It looks awesome. Basically, when I put it on, it crinkled and wrinkled and did all this weird things. There's still some crinkles and wrinkles here, but this is the second time I did it. What I did is I did from here to here in carbon fiber in a piece, like one piece and then 2 piece, and then there's a gap in here that's about an inch where there's no carbon fiber, and then I put Stickerbomb over it because I didn't want to see a crease in the carbon fiber. But at least now it matches everything else. Next, this will be installed. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then we'll move on to that one. It's like so far, with the ashtray done and the shifter surround done. The shift boot that's going on here is going to be a red and black bandana. That's another DIY video. You might have seen it already, you might have not. I'm not sure which order I'm going to be uploading these DIY videos in. But either way, that's going to be there. And then there's going to be a solid metal Skunk 2 style weighted shift knob that's black and red. That way this whole thing is black and red. So I think it looks good so far. I'm going to be putting a Pioneer deck in here, the pocket, like this one. We'll be going back in eventually. But first I got to wrap this trim piece. in carbon fiber, and then do these in Stickerbomb. So let's jump out and start on carbon fiber. The last trim piece so far. As you guys can see, I've decided not to go with one solid piece. I don't have the skill, and that isn't high enough quality vinyl to be able to stretch properly and do that. So I'm going to do it piece by piece like this on each side, and then I'll just run a Stickerbomb stripe down the middle to match the other trim piece on the inside. If you want to try it as one piece, go ahead. Can't say that I recommend it or don't recommend it, because I've never tried it that way. I just don't want to risk it and have it turn out bad and then waste a big piece of carbon fiber. Alright, see you guys when this is almost like, well, pretty much finished. It's not perfect, but I'm happy with it. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would, and it turned out a lot better than it would have if I had tried to do it in one piece. Things like this that you're looking at, that'll all be covered. It's just the front surface that's going to be seen. So now let's put everything back onto it, like this kind of stuff, and compartment, and the ashtray and everything, and let's put it back in the car. Trim piece back there, put the ashtray back in, and put the knobs back in. I didn't end up Stickerbombing the knobs. Maybe I'll change them with a matte black later. We'll see. That's how it looks. All that it looks now. Stickerbombed and carbon fiber wrapped. It's not perfect, but hey, I like it. And the panels under aren't damaged, so the new owner after me or whatever can still use those other panels, or leave it like this. Like I said before, the boot is going to be changed for a black and red bandana boot. That's another DIY video that'll be done maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And the shift knob will be changed out for a Skunk 2 Type R style weighted shift knob. And this deck I just slid in there. This is the old deck. It's upside down, whatever. I'm going to change that out for a Pioneer deck, the one that's right there. That's out of my Prelude I had before. Or maybe the knobs will paint black, I don't know, we'll see. But there you go. If you follow me all the way, you've learned, hopefully, how to the beginnings of wrapping trim panels. If you have questions, I'll try and answer them. Or if you have recommendations for me, or corrections, go ahead and send them in the comments below. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.